What it do, what it do, how y'all feeling? Welcome, this is Ash Neil's Radio. I am your host, Ash Neil. That is I, so we talking to y'all. Yes. Now, the No Kings Parade, it was a hold on. Look at me over here messing things up. It was a good turnout. It was a real good turnout. Some numbers say that numbers were about 5 million people. Some say 2 million people. But given the turnout, there was a lot of dancing, singing, a lot of fun, and then some tragedies, major tragedies. So we had one guy lose his life in Utah, and the crazy thing about this story, y'all, is it seems that now, forgive me. My tinfoil hat got a little tight out as I was doing research about this story. So we have a guy, right, who is an oath keeper, who has a high visibility vest, who sees a guy with a rifle getting ready to point it at people. He shoots the guy, but when he shoots that guy, he kills someone else. Tragic story. So I want to run this story by y'all and a few other stories, because right now it seems like the whole world is on fire, as you can see with the title. We got shit in Iran, Israel. I don't know if y'all heard about what's going on in Kenya, but there's just so much news that I feel like we have a news fatigue, if that's a thing. But I want to go over some of these stories, and this is going to be the first one we run by, because this one was a tragic situation, but it got my tinfoil hat kind of tight.
Police have identified the suspect, or the victim here, 39-year-old Arthur Alu. News specialist Shelby Lofton joins us right now. And Shelby, you had a chance to speak to some of the friends of the victim here. What they have to say? What did we learn about him?
We learned a lot about him. We learned that he was really widely known within the Pacific Islander community. We also know that he was well known within the fashion world. He was a well-known fashion designer. We learned that his name Arthur Samoan is Afa, and that's how people knew him. He lived here in Utah with his 2 young children and his wife, and those closest to him told me today that he was peacefully protesting last night when he was shot.
We lost a very important person this morning.
In the hours after a protest turned into mayhem, some of the marchers returned to downtown to pay their respects to a man they never knew.
We all need to definitely process this in our own way and hopefully come together.
Utah State Representative Verona Maunga knew him very well.
Afa and I often refer to each other as family.
She was with Afa Alu at the No Kings rally at Pioneer Park.
Afa is a person who believed in equity and equality for all people.
She says she wasn't with him when the shooting happened.
Everyone went running.
But when Alu didn't check in with his friends, they knew something had gone wrong.
It was a great time until it wasn't. Unfortunately, there was a terrible act of violence.
The 39-year-old father and renowned fashion designer from Samoa recently became an American citizen.
He wanted to be very much a part of what America is and a part of the American dream.
He competed on Project Runway, but Maunga says he was always willing to make clothes for the people in his life.
If he knew that I was going to a gala or a ball.
Now, the story is it's crazy, because he lost his life when it had nothing to do with him, right? And the suspect, who I guess is not a suspect, they're charging the guy who actually had the rifle, but he didn't pull the trigger. The guy who pulled the trigger, they're basically saying it was an act of self-defense. He tried to protect everybody in the community. But I don't know. It's rubbing me the wrong way, personally.
He would call me up and say, hey, come to my studio and take my measurements and design me a gown.
He also led workshops teaching people how to sew.
He brought joy and laughter to community, and he shared his art and his talents so freely with people.
Maunga says she's thinking of his family.
He was a husband and a father of 2 beautiful children who cared about people and cared about community.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's crazy as hell. Because when you think about some of these protests, it was literally peaceful, right? And we know provocateurs. We all know them. They come out there and they want to make it look like it's not as peaceful as it is and stoke division. And then some of them, they will actually start doing crazy shit like attacking police officers. They would be the ones that start looting, and the community would get blamed for it, right? So this whole this whole situation we're in with Trump writing all these executive orders, basically demonizing the brown community and the black community, it's emboldening people. It is. We had a guy in LA just be what you call, racially profiled. And it seems like the police is starting to get real crazy. And they don't even care if you're an American citizen. So we have this story where this guy, he was minding his business as a tow truck driver, comes outside and get hemmed up. Man.
Detain and question. And we have more breaking news tonight. ICE agents appearing to detain and question a SoCal man who says he's an American citizen.
KCAL's Lauren Posen live with more of the video and the man's story. Lauren.
Gio, Pat, this man says he told federal agents over and over that he's an American citizen, and it made no difference. So now he's wondering tonight if this could happen to him. Who else is it happening to?
I'm American, bro.
This face-to-face encounter with ICE agents still has Brian Gaviria shaken. That's because he says he's an American citizen.
East Los Angeles, born and raised, man. I'm American. I stated I was American. He still attacked me. We're not safe, guys. We're not safe in America today. Be careful.
Gaviria says he was working at a tow yard on West Olympic Boulevard in Montebello when he heard ICE agents were outside.
I stepped outside. An agent came up to me and approached me, and he started walking towards me. I stated I was American 3 times before he even grabbed me. I said, brother, I'm American, I'm American, I'm American.
He says the agent asked him what city and hospital he was born in.
I said, I don't know. I said, I don't know. And because I didn't know, he threw me to the gate and he twisted my arm. My homie was born here.
During the encounter, he says his friend, also an American citizen, was rough handled by federal agents.
Wow. I see my friend stating that he's an American. He gets slammed to the floor. He's bleeding from his forehead. I want to jump in. I want to defend my friend. ICE agent looks at me, racks a round into his AR-15. I can't win that battle, man.
Gaviria says the agent took both his phone and real ID and only let him go because his friend started filming.
Couldn't sleep last night, let me tell you the truth. He took my ID, he took my phone. He never gave me back my ID. Is this guy gonna come and pick me up at 2, 3 in the morning? I don't know.
Gaviria says he won't be silenced about what he calls blatant.
He still has his ID. But why? Somebody tell me why he still has his ID.
Mistreatment his community faces during these raids.
It doesn't make me happy. I don't want to be in this position. I don't want to have my face out there like this, but I have to. My people are getting attacked. And yeah, I'm American, but I'm Latino as well.
That's protection. This is crazy, you guys. This is crazy shit. And we all get it. We know why this is going on, right? We know who's at fault. It's not no secret. It's all Trump's doing. It is. That's why the universe did what it did on his birthday, rain on his parade. But this is one of those things where we have to call it out. We have to call it out before it gets real bad, because It actually did. Now, we are at war with Iran. Why? Thanks to the one and only Benjamin Netanyahu. And the crazy part about being at war with Iran is we're pretending like America is not a part of it. But when we're supposed to be having these meetings like the G7, for some reason, our president has to leave early.
Look at that. We can follow instructions. We're resolute, but also happy. Okay. To left to the right. Yeah, we go from left to the right. Yeah. Everyone gets a direct line of sight. Ready, guys? No? Ready? Are we good? Get a wave.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You go early, sir? President, any statement on why you're leaving the G7 early for Washington?
Well, I have to be back. Very important. I want to just thank our great host. You did a fantastic job. Thank you. In Canada.
What's that noise?
What I see. And I have to be back as soon
What's
as
that
I can.
noise?
We're going to have dinner with these wonderful leaders, and then
Trying to get them out of
get
there.
on the plane. I have to be back early for obvious reasons.
Security
I loved it. I tell you, I loved it. And I think we got a lot done. Really a lot done. In fact, UK we signed.
What the fuck is that noise? Now, mind you, he's supposed to be in Canada for at least 3 days, at least till tomorrow. I think it's till the 17th, right? Something like that. But he's leaving early, out of nowhere. First, we were not helping Israel out with their war with Iran. And then next thing you know, we're just going to be there as a defense, you know what I'm saying? Now we might be playing offense and having boots on the ground. So out of nowhere, Trump got to go. Lord have mercy.
And a big trade deal today, and we're working on others, but we had just a really great relationship with everybody, and it's really nice. I wish I could stay for tomorrow, but they understand. This is big stuff. Do you have questions for anybody else?
Is there a reason you're doing it from here, sir?
We've got a bit more work to do, so we'll go do it over dinner, but thank you very much.
They don't even want to talk about it. They know that's big. He don't want to say why. But I tell you, it's one of the things where they're gonna lie. They're gonna continue to lie, and they don't care how we feel about it, because this war that's going on right now in Iran and Israel, it is not the way they think it is. It's not going the way they saying it's going. And I'm to the point where I feel like it don't even matter. When the dust settles, we'll figure it out. But Trump is doing all this distraction shit. We know why. We remember what just happened a couple weeks ago where Elon said that he was he was on that Epstein list. Next thing you know, we had to do this whole ICE raid and shit. It's a distraction. It's a distraction. And it seems like they're trying to fool us to the point where if we don't catch it, they can get away with anything, right? Like locking up American citizens. And it's messed up. And everybody's is joining the party. Everybody's joining the party. Because after Trump's little failed parade, I know y'all seen it. We had some guy, I don't know his name, he came out with a song. He came out with a song for this whole No Kings rally. And mind you, we have some right-wing grifters. Y'all know right-wing grifters. My favorite one is Officer Coon Tatum. This guy, he decided to show this video. Now, I didn't hear this video in its entirety because I wanted to play it with y'all today. But for what I heard, it was trash. So we're going to go ahead and listen to this track together because for some reason everybody wanted a piece of this No King's Day. And hey, it's a capitalistic society. Do what you do. But we're going to go ahead and review it.
There be nothing left, that's for sure. Sending Ukraine money, but we got our own war. Hope you got your bags packed, cause you're about to get deported.
I knew it. I saw the first couple seconds and I said, I gotta review this.
Now, there's gonna be a real life bias take from this guy. And I did want to listen to his take on this video because I just know this is trash. But I want to see how much ass he kiss. That's all.
This video is brought to you by SynergyLife.com, SynergyLife.com, T-Force. Ladies and gentlemen, the real question
care
is
about your synergy,
SM6 and Shillergy.
Y'all want some synergy?
You'll
Go
support
ahead and get some synergy from this guy.
My boy 4G Otto then came through again. I had to watch this. I was getting ready to go home. And then I watched it and said, I have to review this video with you guys, this music video. This is what real conservative music sound like.
Oh shit.
Let's get to the video
real
quick.
Conservative music.
4G Otto, his brand new song,
4G
roll the
Otto.
clip.
Where the Patriots set, red MAGA on the hat. Yeah, it's like
Red
that, and
MAGA
we
on
ain't
the hat.
turning back. Bet you thinking that you
Look at that hat.
brave with a different flag. Way to find out the hard way. You don't burn my flag. Raise up, put them stars in the sky. Raise up for American pride. Raise up, another term, Trump is back. Raise up, boy, I dare y'all to burn my flag. Raise up, so let me get this straight.
I think they burnt the flag and you didn't do nothing about it. But I want to say something. If you see his hat, his hat says Trump 2028. Now, the whole No Kings movement is literally behind the fact that we don't want no dictators. So if you're okay with Trump running for a third term, you on your own.
You got your flag waving while you living where you hate. You stuck across the border cause you heard that it was great. And it is, now you wanna light our flag up in flames? That's the same thing, God, that we ain't headed left anymore. If we were, there'd be nothing left, that's for sure. Sending Ukraine money, but we got our own war. Hope you got your bags packed cause you're about to get deported. Oh Lord, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. Cause we all know ain't nothing peaceful about these protesters. 45 on my hip and Trump is back for 47. But he's only one, man, we gotta do this all together. Where the Patriots set, red MAGA on the hat. Yeah, it's like that, and we ain't turning back. Bet you thinking that you brave with the.
He's not. He really wasn't going hard. Now, everybody have a different feeling about the deportations. You know, some of these MAGAs, they don't even realize that this country belonged to Mexicans before they got here. But that's neither here nor there. My biggest thing is, why stoke division? Why we all can't be here together? And there's these jobs where American citizens will refuse to do, where the immigrant community, they don't mind doing. But the demonization, the way that they're okay, look at how he's smiling at this track. This is the kind of shit where Trump emboldens people to even have the police hem American citizens up to check their papers. So yeah, right now the right wing is on one. They're on one, y'all.
Different flag, wave and find out the hard way. You don't burn my flag. Raise up, put them stars in the sky. Raise up for America.
Yeah, I don't care. I want to hear what he has to say.
Illegals with slaves stay inside. Yeah, it's like that, and we ain't raise up for America.
Now,
That song go hard.
it don't.
I knew it would. I knew it. I saw the first couple seconds and I said, I gotta review this. I gotta review this for y'all. Shout out to 4G Auto for making that song. I'll put the link in the description section so you can watch it. You can go watch it on his channel, share it on his channel so you can get the views on there. But I love Patriots, man. It make me feel good when stuff like this happens. It's when real Patriots step up. What's wrong with us showing love to our country? What's wrong with us playing music that's clean and that we also can celebrate? So when we ride by these protests and these little knuckleheads, we turn.
What's wrong with them representing their country? There's a lot of dual citizens out here that you're okay with. Just as long as they're not brown, you're cool with it. And this whole waving the flag, and why are they waving a Mexican flag? Bro, like, that's never a problem with y'all until you try to politicize it. That's just what it is. I love Chinese food. Me, personally. Some of the best Chinese food is in Chinatown. And when I go to Chinatown, there's a bunch of Chinese flags being flown. And it don't bother me. I don't know why y'all so bothered by everything. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's you. And this guy, this is Brandon Tatum. He's just a self-hating coon. He has no valid point on nothing. Nobody gives a shit about what he has to say. But the world is on fire. The world is on fire. And I love the fact that they're trying to water it down and pretend like it's not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal, but it's huge. It's huge because we got Democratic lawmakers getting shot and killed by, some say, I guess the guy, he was hired by Tim Walz, right? So some say there was a bill that Democrats voted on that he didn't agree with. But at the end of the day, this guy still kills 2 lawmakers. Well, he kills one lawmaker and her husband, and then he shoots another one, right? And it's crazy because the way the media is not covering it, it's baffling to me. Hold on one second. It's baffling me because if it was vice versa, if there was a Republican who got killed, oh yeah, they'll be covering this left and right. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. I gotta because there's an update, I guess. Hold on. Ooh, it's a lot of them.
If you're the type of person who watches these police videos...
Sorry.
And we heard from law enforcement earlier talking about how they had found some key clues in that vehicle that helped track him down. And so getting that notice that he is in custody is a very promising sign. And like I said, a sign of relief for these lawmakers who have been feeling such anguish and sadness and concern because this didn't feel possible, right? And now we're waiting to learn more about what we can hear from the governor tonight.
And I think that's what's important is the public safety issue that, people want to go to bed tonight knowing that not only is this man in custody, but they don't believe that there's anyone else that was involved in this situation that might follow up with any sort of attack in the near future.
Right, and we should be clear with viewers at home that we don't know any of those details, that the BCA said earlier, the last time we heard from them around 5:30 this evening, that they had no reason to believe that he was working with anybody. He had made contact, but that he, at this point, all signs point to that he had acted.
Now, I heard some shit where he appeared to be a lot taller than what was described on the Ring camera and all of that. But that's neither here nor there. But they got him, and the fact that nobody calls him a domestic terrorist makes me wonder why we can sit here and call all these innocent Hispanics, these immigrant community, terrorists, and we can use that framing to try to deport them. But when we have clear political violence, they will refuse to call this perp a domestic terrorist.
Alone. Another thing that Superintendent Evans said earlier today that I thought was striking and important too, because I've seen a lot of speculation about this online, is what are his motives? Why did he do this? What compelled him to do this? And what he said, and I'm going to be paraphrasing here, that I feel that people at home should know, is that, you know, everybody wants to look for an easy answer, a quick answer, a fast answer to a complex situation. And obviously the state is reeling from this tragedy. People want answers. They want to know why. That's the only way.
But that's going to take time. That's not an answer that we're going to likely hear from Governor Walz.
Get that smile off your face. Now, that's the crazy part, because we do have answers. He had a manifesto.
Yeah,
and the funny part about the manifesto is a lot of people said that, he was a lefty, he was a lefty, he was a lefty. And a lot of Democrats were on that manifesto. And the way they're just trying to politicize this shit is crazy to me. But if it was the other way around, oh yeah, we would be having all kind of laws written behind Democratic rhetoric and here and there. Look, it's not getting enough noise for me. It is not getting enough noise for me. And I think the country is just on fire. I think something's going on. I think it's the mental, I think we all are dealing with some type of fatigue. We got a story out here locally where I'm from in Las Vegas where we had two streamers, right? And it was this streaming battle that they had going on. And for some reason, the streaming battle cost somebody their life. And it's one of them things where I don't understand how this streaming shit can get that serious. But for some, I guess it is.
We saw the whole thing. I recorded it, and I want to make the report that we see that person actually take out a gun and shoot somebody. We don't know if the other person's dead.
Chaos on the Strip as we hear witness calls to police to report a YouTuber charged with killing a married couple in front of the Bellagio fountains. Those 911 calls you're hearing first on 8 News Now. Thank you for joining us at 4. I'm Kirsten Joyce.
And I'm Brian Loftus. Now, the Clark County District Attorney says the killings were needless and senseless. 8 News Now reporter Joshua Peguero was in the courtroom today for the shooter's hearing.
Manuel Ruiz had his second court appearance on Thursday as he's being held without bail. Clark County District Attorney Steve Wolfson sat in the courtroom where he later said the death penalty is a possibility.
I believe that justice will be served, but I want to assure this community and this country that Las Vegas is a safe place to visit.
Ruiz, who goes by the name Sin City Manny on YouTube, walked into Judge Amy Cellini's courtroom shackled. He's facing 2 open murder charges. Police say he killed Rodney and Tanisha Finley Sunday nights in front of the Bellagio fountains.
The motivation is pretty clear. It's been reported pretty extensively that these individuals knew each other and had an ongoing feud.
The Finleys are YouTubers who go by the name Finny the Legend. The feud between them and Ruiz allegedly began Halloween of 2023. The Finny the Legend live stream captured the shooting with several people calling 911 to report it.
He calls himself Sin City Family. That's their YouTube channel. Sin City Family.
Okay, was he the one that was shot?
No, he's the one that shot the other guy that we were watching online.
An arrest report says Ruiz shot Rodney twice in the head and several times in the arm, and he shot Tanisha in the back of the head. Ruiz says the shooting was self-defense, a claim District Attorney Steve Wolfson strongly disputed.
I think it's probably garbage. There's no indication from any of the evidence at all that self-defense would be a viable defense. No weapons were found near the victims, on the victims.
Ruiz said in court he's looking to hire a private attorney. His next scheduled appearance before a judge is on July 3rd. Reporting in downtown Las Vegas.
Right in jail. That's the shit I'm talking about, y'all. It's crazy. It's crazy. How can you have a feud with a streamer that strong to where you have to ruin your own life and take two others? Like, this can't be that serious. It can't be. And they said they was having they were like a rival streaming crew. Like, what kind of rival do you have streaming? What, views? There's so many views to go around for everybody. Like, what, you think they're making better content than you? I don't understand the rivalry. Were they talking shit about you in your videos? Like, I'm trying to figure out the mind frame behind a rival. But yes, I think the whole country is gone mad, y'all. It's gone mad. And we have also a story here where this doesn't stop. This doesn't stop in our community right here. We actually have a white woman who decided to who decided to pull out a weapon on another protester. Hold on. So we had one guy, right? This is the crazy part. We have one guy who killed a Democrat protester or a Democratic leader and her husband, and shot another Democratic leader or representative and his wife. Then we had another guy shoot at a protester, right? This is all within a matter of a week. And at the No King protest, we also had another woman pull out a weapon, and she got tackled by officers, or not by officers, by protesters. And the thing is, when you think about framing, right? They want to frame this No King's protest as violent, right? And then they're going to attach the immigrant community behind that violence. But they're not really telling you who is the perpetrators of this violence. And that's the part about framing. When you don't hear that it's a bunch of Trump supporters or right-wing nuts or someone who's against Democrats that is committing all this violence, then yes, it may be, it may be looking like one side needs to be policed. No matter what that group of people is, it could be the immigrant community, it could be Democrats, it could be blacks. But we got to make sure the framing is correct. And right now it seems like the civil unrest is caused by Donald Trump himself and his supporters.